Hi guys. Did you know that there's 195 countries in the world? Did you know that all these countries they have their own political systems, their different types of ideals, different cultures, different understanding. But one thing all these countries have in common. They all have people that don't agree with each other. Some people call it civil problems. People sometimes become uncivil with each other. Economic reasons, political reasons, or they just simply don't like each other. Some problems have solutions, complete solutions that will never happen again. Other problems are perpetual. They just agree again, sign a couple of papers, and then go on until the next time. And some are impossible to fix even with the best of intentions. Why? Because of something very simple: history. There's a saying that says, if you don't know your history, you are bound to make the same mistakes over and over. If you don't correct history, then the problems will surface one way or another, sometimes aware, sometimes unaware. Right now, the world is facing a global situation where in every country of the world, but a few, people are in disagreement and discord. They are being uncivil to each other. In some places, because of ideals, in other places, because of race, in other places, because of economical disparities, and in other places, because of tradition. They just fight each other all the time. It's part of humanity, and although I love peace, I am an advocate of peace. I'm not blind and I'm not a naive person to believe that peace can be achieved 100% everywhere. Some people, they just simply don't want peace. For some people, it's just more convenient to live in chaos. Why? Perhaps because of history. They're more comfortable that way, right? So what do we do when we have a group of people that wants to live in peace and another group of people that don't? Well, that's why we created something called the UN. We've been trying this for a long time. It used to be called the Nation League of Nations, and then it was transformed. There are these head people out there who believe that these things can be achieved, although history proves them wrong constantly. Perhaps they're not working hard enough, maybe, or perhaps people are not working hard enough to help these people. Right? One thing that amazed me is that we are in the 21st century, that we have the most advanced technology that we had in the last 2,000 years, at least. If not, obviously more, but I'm just going to illustrate something for you. And yet we still resort to Stone Ages tactics to solve our problems. That is very alarming because regardless of what country you're in, when these situations happen, people resort to tactics used back before even Christ was born. Right? That is very disturbing. Now, scholars, I'm not a scholar, I'm not an academic, but I can see things very clearly. After all, I look at this thing every day, asking where would I live that I could be happy every day? Well, when you break it down, it's almost impossible. Perhaps your happiness doesn't depend on where you're from, who you are, what country you're from, but it's a state of mind. And I believe it is. I've been in a few countries myself, and I feel the same everywhere. Why? Because I want to help. I don't want to be helped. Obviously, if I need help, I want help. But I want to be helpful all the time. I don't want to have, I want to give. I want to be able to give. You know? And maybe life is about that. Maybe life is about giving and taking. How much we take and how much we give. And I think every human should give more than what he takes. I think that will be the essence of happiness and the essence of helping each nation achieve a certain way of life that will benefit everybody. Obviously, that's easier said than done. With the examples we've been watching over this week throughout the world, we know that as of right now, we are far away from that. People are set on their ideas, even if they fail, even if the ideas are outdated, they're not going to work and they're not going to help them, they're not going to change their mind. They are set on where they want to be because they don't like each other, they don't agree with each other, or they just don't want to see the other people win. Like a competition of each children, but instead of having children, we have grown people acting like children. I heard 2,000 years ago a man came from the heavens and rose up the dead and still could not convince everybody that there's another way. So, what is it going to take? Well, I have an idea, but it's to be seen. And hopefully by then I'm not here. Maybe aliens will come and solve the problem for us. Maybe the fact that we don't have a common, we have a plague right now, actually, pandemic, right? But people reacted the same way no matter what. In fact, the way they acted, they seemed like it wasn't even here. So if we were invaded by aliens per se, what would you do and who would you be looking for to help you? Or who you would be helping? Do not dismiss that idea so quickly. It is possible that ultimately there is a hope for this. But there's always that wild card in life, that joker. If we were to be invaded by aliens as a hypothetical, I do believe that there will still be people who will join the aliens against humanity. It's just the nature of the beast. So for now, we can only watch and see how things are going to pan out and hope that somewhere out there in this universe there is someone or something with a solution to our problems. But for now, remember, it's not an original idea, and you're not so original with that thinking. Everybody is. So what makes ordinary people? You heard that before. It's an ordinary thinking that never changes and that doesn't evolve. What is an excellent people and why they usually are such a tiny minority that perhaps enjoys all the fruits and reaps all the fruits of this because they dare to think differently and they dare not to be ordinary. And it's a lot of hard work, sometimes 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're willing to work that hard, perhaps your problems are solved. But if not, then good luck with that. Anyways, the struggles are always waiting for all of us. We do it the hard way or we do it the better way. In the end, it's your choice and it's your consequences. But the world is not going to change for you. It's you that have to change for the world. It's you, the one that perhaps have to take less and give more so that we can all live better. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.